Social media has made it easy to constantly look into other people's perceived progress. That's what I call it, because most of the time it's not real. What you are seeing might be a created and curated visibility, not necessarily stability. It may not be the true position of the business. For all you care, there might be a kind of tsunami going on the inside of the business or the organization. Do not compare your reality with the facade you see from out there. When you compare your reality to someone else's public moments, they might actually have a lot to learn from you, and you are there watching a lie and getting frustrated. Once you lose clarity about your own mission and journey, comparison might start to control your thinking and your decisions, and this might negatively affect the very health of your company. Hi, great entrepreneurs and the aspiring ones. Today's broadcast is going to be about how comparison can quietly destroy your business growth. My name is Dr. Adenike Shitu. One of the fastest ways to lose focus in business is comparison. And the dangerous part is this: most entrepreneurs don't even realize it is happening to them. They're just doing it and they don't know that they're doing something that is wrong, especially when the comparison is not just justifiable. They scroll online, they watch other businesses, they see others growing, expanding, posting results, and making announcements. And slowly they start feeling left behind. They start questioning themselves. They start questioning their progress. They also question their journey in business. And without realizing it, comparison begins to weaken their confidence. This is one of the biggest hidden battles that many entrepreneurs fight without themselves realizing it today. They fight it within themselves, and most times they don't tell people that they just begin to make readjustment and realignment that does not do their business any good. This is because social media has made it easy to constantly look into other people's perceived progress. That's what I call it, because most of the time it's not real. But what makes many people forget things is that what they are seeing is the highlights, and it is the hypes of the business that they are watching online. It isn't the full story. The truth is that the field is always greener on the other side. And an opportunity for a closer look always reveals the true nature of the greener look, which you might be admiring from a distance. When you get close, you will see it is not as green as it looks. Yours is even greener. What you are seeing might be a created and curated visibility, not necessarily stability. It may not be the true position of the business. For all you care, there might be a kind of tsunami going on the inside of the business or the organization. Do not compare your reality with the facade you see from out there. When you compare your reality to someone else's public moments, they might actually have a lot to learn from you, and you are there watching a lie and getting frustrated. If you think about this challenge carefully, you will notice that how many lessons connect back to confidence, identity, and clarity. The truth is, once you lose clarity about your own mission and journey, comparison might start to control your thinking and your decisions, and this might negatively affect the very health of your company. Do not abandon good products, good process that you have meticulously created, meticulously done for what you do not understand. You don't understand what is going on at the other end. It may look greener, but it is not as green as you think. I'll keep saying this. Do not begin to deviate unnecessarily into what is probably, heading for a fatal fall. Because what you're looking at and you're considering to be green, is heading for a fall. You don't want a fall, so don't copy what you don't understand. Do not start making emotional decisions without due consideration for processes that align with your vision and mission. Do not change or otherwise abandon your intentionally created process, which is working for you for progressively, for a rat race. You can't abandon what is progressively working for you for a rat race. Those ones, they are just doing, show, and you are doing the real thing. Your own is the reality. Hold on to your reality. It's wise to focus on what your business needs and not become distracted by what others are doing. Your directions are just not the same. Since your purposes are different, your decision won't naturally be the same. Your pace can't be the same either because your focus isn't the same. Some entrepreneurs have entered unnecessary debt because they were trying to look successful. Why do motion without progress? What's the use of it? Why deceive yourself? If your progress is not working, do a realignment of your mind and purpose. Change your gear, do a diagnosis of your process, and apply the necessary dose of treatment it requires instead of patching it onto a place of total collapse. Remember that you cannot deceive yourself, as I will be shared fully. Consolidate and expand at your safe pace. Do not judge your growth by others and do not feel left behind. Do not abandon good business idea because someone or somebody else appeared to be doing it better than you envisioned. As this all boils down, to comparison, even before the takeoff of the business. Don't start comparing. You see a business that is doing well, and you're, written out a business, proposal that will do well. But because you think that one is doing well, you abandon your proposal and go and start somebody else's business. I tell you, it won't work because that's not your idea. It's somebody else's idea, and you don't know whether they're doing well or not. You can't know from looking from outside. Purposeful entrepreneurs understand some of these important things. Every business has its own timeline. They have their own difficult and good times. They have their different challenges. They have different time of opportunities. Don't let yours pass you by. They have different seasons for breakthrough. And because of that, growth will never happen exactly the same way for everyone. Don't be jealous of somebody else. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know their story. Face your front and do your own thing. Smart entrepreneurs learn from others, but they don't compete emotionally with everyone they perceive as successful. They stay focused on their own structure and keep improving on it. They focus and prioritize on their own growth. They focus on their own customers' needs and try to meet it. They face their own directions and pursue their own purpose and objectives because they understand that distraction slows down progress, and comparison is one of the biggest distractions in business. Another dangerous thing comparison does is it makes you ignore your own progress. It makes you, less thankful for what God is doing for you. You become so focused on where others are that you stop appreciating how far you have come, even in your own little corner. And that mentality creates constant dissatisfaction. And when you are dissatisfied with something, it's very difficult to keep going. Nothing feels enough for you because you're looking at somebody else. No level feels meaningful to you because you're looking at somebody else's progress. And businesses become emotionally exhausting to people who look at other people like this. That is why clarity matters and comparison is absolutely unnecessary. Once you understand your vision, you have peace and you are calmer. Your decision becomes wiser and your growth becomes healthier because you stop building for competition and start building with intention. So ask yourself honestly, am I building my business or am I reacting to what I see around me? Because comparison may, not destroy your business immediately, but over time, it can slowly destroy your focus, your confidence, your direction, and even your zeal. And once focus is lost and zeal is lost, growth becomes difficult to sustain. This is day 19 of the 21-day business mindset realignment challenge. If you have been following this journey, you are already starting to see how much your thinking affects your results. But tomorrow, we take it deeper. We are going to discuss about building something meaningful enough to be proud of and to hand down to generations. Thank you very much. We want you to like this, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and again, share. Thank you for watching. I see you on day 20